Well, hello everyone. My name is James Barker, and this is COH 100. This is the care navigation assignment. I'll be identifying areas of health, um, conduct, and care navigation that is used to assist patients within the chosen domain. So we had to do three Google searches, and I kind of like annotated, like, everything that I'm going to talk about. But basically, we just had to answer a couple questions that the professor has given us. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with mental health navigation, a model. This is one of the sources that I use, and it was published in 2019. So in this one, basically, it just talks about like the role of mental health care navigator and how to meet the needs of consumers, seeking to us to access this kind of care services. Um, Yeah, and so then we can go ahead and jump into like an example that I have gave for this one. So I said that when thinking of a patient, the patient is diagnosed with depression. Um, the patient is overwhelmed by the treatment options and the providers. Okay, so a mental health care navigator, which I already like talked about, will assess the patient needs, develop a personalized care plan, and coordinate with various healthcare providers to ensure that the patient receives and comprehends in a timely care manner. And so that was just the um, real world example that I decided to give. So the next one is like, how is this helpful to the patient? Like, what do the patient, gain from this? So this resource is helpful, as it provide, a structured approach, to mental health care, and navigators, into primary care settings. So, we are reducing something and improving access to appropriate service for patients. So that was one of the first sources that, I annotated. And then, this was kind of a hard assignment because, this was three sources that we're dealing with. Okay, so source number two that I decided to use was what is a health mental navigator and how can they help with you. So this was a journal at Advent Health Blog, and this was published in 2024. So that was one of the main reasons why I decided to use this article when going through Google and stuff because it just was wrote like last year. So basically, this article explains mental health navigators and relations between like families and available community services. And so it assists with patients and their families and understanding how to access mental health resources, like making it so like, people don't be like overwhelmed and concerned. A lot of like concerning during this time. And so it emphasizes the importance of personalized support and guiding patients through their mental health journeys. So this was a really good one. Okay, so here is one of the real world examples that I decided to connect with this one. So let's just say like there's a family out here and then they have a teenager who is experiencing anxiety, and they may be, you know, scared to seek for help. A lot of people are scared to, open up. So Here, a mental health navigator can provide them with information to a local therapist specializing in anxiety, support groups, and educational resources, ensuring that, that she or he, that teenager, get the support and very like knowledgeable on like the steps they can take to keep moving forward. I just want to say that this resource is, helpful because it assists with mental health navigator officers, making it easier for, the patient or the teenager and the family to access and utilize mental health services. So, and lastly, number three that I chose. Are you guys ready? Drum roll, please. Okay, so improving behavioral health through personalized and precise navigation of care is the third one that I chose. So this is a journal by Cigna Newsroom, and this was published in 2023. Okay, so basically, this article signals totally behavior health navigators help match individuals to the appropriate care and finding available appointments. So, this is something that's super beneficial. Um, it's like more so providing immediate, care and the point in the importance of like following up to ensure condition support for patients are being met in this one. Okay, so the real world example that I wrote for this one is, let's just say there's a person out here who's, struggling with substance abuse, and they may need like immediate assistance, like right then and there. Like once you see this happening, you should take them somewhere or schedule them appointment or something. So right here, a behavioral health navigator can quickly, connect them to someone who is licensed um for consultation. So they should arrange, a timely, appropriate appointment for treatment faculties. And then the provider, whoever gave them that, care that day, they should follow up and monitor the process throughout the way, until this person is better and get the help that they fully need. Lastly, this is helpful because, it demonstrates the effectiveness of personalized care navigation and ensuring timely access to behavioral health services are met and supported, and making sure that the patient is successful at the end of the road, not just, hey, here's some care, and then um, you just go on about your life. No. So this one is, appointment. So once you have your first appointment, you go to, the next appointment. And you go to the next appointment, and you go to the next appointment. Well, in conclusion, today we talked about three sources. Well, I gave you three sources that I found on Google, and I gave you a little summary of each one. I gave you an example of each one, and then lastly I gave you, how is this helpful to the patient. And it's been a pleasure, sharing what I found with you all, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day.